Hello, everybody. Woohoo! It is New Earth Rising here live with you on September 22nd, 2022. We got lots of twos going on. You know what twos represent? Relationship. Not just relationship like romantic relationship or that kind of stuff, but it's also friendships. It's your relationship with yourself. It's your relationship with your guides and your angels. And so we've got a really fun show for you because we're going to be talking about relationship in a whole new fun way. So I am Michele Amburgey, the Awakener, and I'm here with my co-hostess with the mostest and our dolphin friends, Sharona, the Shenanigator. And we're super excited for our show today. Yay, Sharona.
Hey, Michele. Thank you. Yes, I hear an echo. Is that me or you?
I'm not hearing an echo on this side.
You don't? Okay. All right. I think it's gone.
Maybe it's the dolphins.
Right? Echoing through the oceans. So yes, hey, we decided we would have some dolphin fun today. Dolphins are so much fun. And because we have some fun things to talk about. And sorry, I'm still messing with
She's setting stuff up. It takes a few minutes to get all this stuff going.
Yeah.
Bear with us. While you guys are getting on, we're getting on.
Okay.
There we go. Awesome.
I think I have it. Yes. So yeah, the dolphins are so much fun. And I actually remember being in a dolphin body in the dolphin realm.
Yes.
And how free and joyful I was in that body, in that space, in that reality. Just play a lot, not taking anything seriously, playing, making love a lot, playing around, doing what dolphins do, and just being a lot of, and being light-hearted. And Wolf says, I happen to be wearing my dolphin necklace.
Yay, you came to the right place.
Yes. So you knew that, Anne. See, we're all telepathic, aren't we?
We're all one, aren't we? It's so fun. Yeah, we're going to talk about, we're going to get to the dolphins. We got some fun dolphin stuff for you guys. But we were also, as Sharon and I were getting ready for the show, as we always do, we spend time chatting about what's going on, what has come to us. Sharon is so good about going into meditation and getting messages. I'm just like, I just catch it on the fly. Oh yeah, what? Okay. But it's so funny because a lot of times we come together and we have the same ideas.
I know, isn't that funny? It shouldn't surprise us though. That's just normal. It really is.
And it's so wonderful. And especially with us both being Virgos, tend to be rather structured and that kind of stuff, and usually super responsible. But a lot of times you get two Virgos together and you kind of get like, because they're, Virgos are kind of controlling. I don't know if anybody's told you that. No. But it's so fun because Sharon and I we're dolphins. We just swim and we flow together and it's so fun. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the mind. We're going to talk about the mind. What's going on with the mind? Because right now people are a little stressed out. And it's really important that we bring it back to simple, basic kind of spiritual technology, as I call it. And I said, where are you putting your mind? How are you using your mind? What are you doing with your mind? And Sharon had some really good ideas about that. And so I wanted you to start with that, Sharon, because you always come up with such great ideas.
Well, I can't. Well, I guess I'll take credit for it, but I think that we're just downloading this information. We're downloading it, right? And because we're part of the infinite intelligence consciousness that makes this all of us up, makes us up. So that we're expressing in. So this morning during my meditation, my guide's sitting next to me and we're communicating, and there was someone running a lawnmower outside, and my mind went to the person running the lawnmower because it was a little distracting. And right away I get this information from my guide, and I've probably gotten it before, but just didn't notice it, as him saying, well, he does say, stay with me kind of thing. But he showed it to me, and I was getting it in pictures, and in this information was, I saw when my mind went, it was a distraction, right? My mind went to the person mowing the lawn. I sent a little piece of myself there, part of my mind, part of my energy, my consciousness, to wherever that was happening. And he showed it to me, or I saw it. The intuition was this little Sharon over there, hanging out with the lawnmower person. Yeah. What's going on out here? Why did you distract me? Whatever it is, right? And so I lost that part of me, or a large part of me went, because then I, got distracted from what I was actually doing here with that communication. And it made me realize, and in that communication made me realize that we're constantly sending little parts of ourselves.
Yeah.
That's why we talk about being scattered, and especially with electronics, we're totally scattered. We're watching or being involved in certain things. And I'm just as guilty as anyone of, walking into a room or and saying, why did I come in here? And I understand that when you walk
Totally.
through a doorway, things change, right? You're like in another realm kind of thing. But also and if I put something down, I'm not paying attention, I forget where I put it and things like that. So what he showed me again was, when you get distracted, when I get distracted, and this is advice, suggestions, bring that part of you back. So I wrote down in my journal, I call all my parts back. I call all my awarenesses back that are here in this reality. I call them back to me in the here and now. And that is it was so empowering. I felt so good about this. So I wasn't distracted anymore, because we get distracted constantly, and I constantly interrupt myself. And so distract myself. Things are happening all around us, right? So that gave me that information, that intuition there, that download, and that communication with my guide helped me tremendously as we go throughout my day. When I do get distracted with something, if I'm focused on something, I want to complete something and do something. If I do get distracted, bring it back. Bring back your parts, bring that back to you. And just like Michele and I were talking, and when we go on a meditation, on a journey, we bring that part of ourself back and integrate within our physical realm here, physical body. We do that all the time anyway, but we forget that we're constantly journeying out, or journeying into the computer, into our electronics. We don't need chips to be part of our AI. We're doing it all the time already. And if we get if we get caught up in that, then we're part of it. So bring that. So he told me, at the end of the day, especially, bring your parts together. When you wake up in the morning, bring those parts of you back from the dream world, from wherever you went and journeyed. Bring that back, and it'll help us have a much fuller reality, fuller life, fuller expression, and be centered, be grounded, that type of thing.
Yeah. And right now there's so much distraction. There's so much, what they're calling fear porn, and just distractions and fear, and, oh my God, what's going on now? What's going on now? I was telling Sharon earlier that I've been having people contact me, especially today, worried about something that's supposed to be coming up this weekend. And I've been telling people, we create reality, and where you're putting your attention, you're lending your energy to that reality. And if that is a reality that's terrifying you, bring your energy back, bring your awareness back and off of that. You don't want to be feeding a beast that you don't want to be in your yard. It's so important that we really get aware of where our mind is, of what we're thinking of where we're lending our energy. And being distracted not only are we lending our energy, but we are, oh my gosh, hello. We not only, and we're not here present with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so something that I do, and I do it with all my meditations, I do it with all my clients before we get started, is I do a little meditation where it's like we call back all parts of ourselves, all parts of our energy, our consciousness, our soul, and our awareness is back in this present moment, calling upon the angels and archangels to gather all that up, to cleanse, clear, and purify, and bring it back to the present moment here and now.
Mm-hmm.
And we take a breath as we feel it coming back. And it's amazing because all of a sudden you can like feel your body a little bit more. All of a sudden it's
Right.
like, oh yeah, I'm here. You can literally feel it. And Sharon and I both are really recommending that everybody start paying attention to this, because the world's a little bit crazy out there, man.
A little.
It's like, holy moly. I found myself this past week, I got my sexy voice on. Do you guys like it?
Right.
um, Waking up and feeling like right away, like,
Yeah.
oh, pull the energy back. And then immediately grab my phone. Oh God, what's happened today?
Yeah.
Right. It's already 9 o'clock in the morning. Not to give away the hour I wake up, but it's already 9 o'clock in the morning. There's been hours for people to screw stuff up, right? And I had to stop myself. It's like, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Get up, get on with your day, wake up, get centered, get balanced before you start throwing your energy out into the world. And what was cool is once I got up and got going, I wasn't so compulsive.
Right.
About getting out there and checking, because it's part of what's happening right now. And I really believe it's part of a plan of sort, if you want to say, to grab our energy and continue to pull our energy to feed an agenda. I don't know what word we use.
Sure.
To help create things
mm-hmm.
that we don't want to create.
Right.
Because we're the creators. Our minds, our whole hearts, our souls are very powerful. The dark overlords, as I call them, kind of jokingly.
The enslavers, the controllers.
Yeah, them guys or girls, we don't know. They need us to create all the scary stuff. And so if you're with your free will, sending your energy into it, you're giving permission.
Right.
So I'm going to say, cut it out. That is one of the few directives I will give. Stop it. Right? You don't want that scary stuff? Then stop thinking about it. Stop paying attention to it. Stop talking about it. Bring your attention back. Find something that you do want to create, like love, like dolphins,
mm-hmm.
unicorns. I'm serious. Your friends, your love, maybe pour something into a hobby, go paint, go sing, go play guitar, put your energy into that, get it off of feeding it into something that you don't want, because it can't happen without our permission. And putting our attention on things gives it permission. We're giving it our permission. Well, and we have to stop.
It's the basic laws of law of attraction. Number one, rule number one, right? Like attracts like. And so as you're putting your energy into it, and I'm getting that now too, as you're putting your energy into it, you are expanding it, right? We all know that. Everyone here is very smart. We know that. And Michelle and I were talking about earlier, this is funny. I didn't have that a minute ago.
I know, isn't that weird? It's like, stop talking now. No, I will not stop.
We refuse. So, and it's okay to be aware of what's going on in the world. It's okay to be aware of that, but not to be not putting, like Michelle was saying, right? Not putting fear and trepidation and that kind of stuff into it, not feeding it, and not being so obsessed and, with, I got to know the next thing or something like that. And I understand there's a lot going on. So every day, is something different. But what I like to do is and this is another part of my meditation this morning that came through, is when I enter into a situation, or when I go and check my emails, or check what's going on a little bit or something like that in the world, check what's going on, okay, what's the latest of the movie today, okay, where are we on in the movie today?
What movie are they playing?
Yeah, what part of the movie are we at now? Okay. And so and if something comes up that might be causing some kind of anxiety or fear, I just imagine they're showing me, just imagine going into it as a confident and a warrior, and looking at it in the way of, I am a huge, immense, sovereign light being, warrior, Guardians of the Galaxy kind of thing, right? And walk into it with your posse, all your peeps, which are you and all your peeps behind you, walking into that. And that's the energy you bring to those situations, because how we project our thoughts is really no different than how we project here, right?
Anything, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is just more collapsed and more anchored in our, in what we are bringing down into this 3D, but we're still sending our thoughts to situations, which is a part of us. It's no different than remote viewing, out of body experience, that kind of thing. We are sending that part of us into these situations. And if we're bringing that energy of fear and trepidation and, oh no, kind of hand wringing, anxiety, that kind of thing, then if we can't get a hold of that, then we don't need to be watching it. We don't need to be, in that space. But, move into it, say, okay, well, that's interesting. So that's what's going on. Okay. As a warrior, right? As this light being filled with love. And that spreads.
Yes. And, it's a fact-finding mission. As soon as you find yourself getting triggered, emotionally involved, anything like that, you've been hooked.
Yeah.
Get out, clear. And some things I can go, full warrior woman, boom, 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 not a problem, fact-finding mission. But some of it's like, what? No way. And those are the things that I'm like, oh, okay. Boop, boop. Get out of the whole thing, go do something fun, go paint, go tinkle on the piano, not tinkle, but you know what I mean.
Hey, it's your house. Okay.
My piano, damn it.
Your piano.
But, and get out and do something else, because it's so important. It's so easy to get distracted, like Sharon was saying. And I'm finding so much, even though, the new age movement has brought this, the spiritual and everything has brought so much information about meditation and prayer and mindfulness. But as we grow in that knowledge, we're also being bombarded again, like we talked about so many times here, with all literally just the waves that are flowing through the air, that are influencing us, that are distracting us. We have pets that bite you when they come in. Dude, cut it out. I'm sorry. I just got like a big old chomp on my leg.
He thinks you're talking to him, and he's wondering why, you're not looking at him and talking to him.
Yeah. He says, I just got done meditating. What are you talking about? But yeah, it's so easy, and it really requires us to be mindful and to be mindful of how you're feeling. I think it was yesterday, I was doing something and something popped up. I was on Facebook, and now I guess Instagram had or TikTok or whatever things pop up on Facebook. I don't know, I don't know how all this stuff works.
Videos, you mean that they share on there or something?
Yeah. It's like there's a bunch of them all in a row on the Facebook thing. I don't know. But and one of them was something that really sent me over the edge, and it kind of just started playing on its own, right? Apparently I stopped for a split second and it started playing, or I accidentally hit, I don't know.
Yeah.
And
they do that.
It got me. It hooked. It was something about, something that's going on. I think it was about, the border thing that's going on. I can't watch that stuff. That's where I get raw. And it's just, oh, look. Everybody be quiet. There's a Black Panther in the room.
The way he walked by was so funny. Like, let me show you how beautiful I am. Okay.
I am
See my
gorgeous.
tail? See my tail?
See how sexy I am, dolphins.
Right? Dolphin schmolphin.
Land dolphins rock.
Oh, that was funny.
It's so proved that we are not underwater right now.
Oops. We've been exposed. At least you have anyway. Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing proven that Sharon is not there underwater with the dolphins.
Not yet. No.
Speak.
I don't think my dog's going to walk across my computer.
I don't know. I think Mike is calling her right now. Dude, you got to try it. It's awesome. Oh my gosh. But yes, talk about distractions, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
These are happy distractions. These are distractions that bring happiness and joy, which is probably why his sassy butt decided to walk across there at that moment. but it's so important. It's so important to be aware of all this stuff. It really is.
Yeah, totally. Yes. So Jesse, hey, Jesse. Jesse says, hi, Sharon and Michelle. And Ralph says, thanks to both of you for doing this event. Oh, you're welcome, Ralph. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Wonderful. I haven't heard Ralph or seen Ralph's name in there. So welcome, bud. Mm-hmm. Super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So boy, that distraction, we need to bring those parts of us back. That distraction with Mikey really I lost my train of thought there. With I'm sure it was Panther really profound. Dolphin. Yeah, I know, with the Black Panther land.
Oh my gosh.
Whew, okay.
Whew, it's all good, man. We need this today.
I know what I was going to say. It reminded me of what I was going to say. With everything that's going on in the world, and it's not all bad stuff, it's not. This is part of the cleansing. This is part of the detox. It's part of the awakening. It's part of the revealing, the revelations. It's all part of it. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be afraid of.
Nope.
Yeah, it's all part of the deal. What we got this.
We do. We got this. And that's part of the whole thing, why we're talking about this today too, is there isn't anything to be afraid of. And that's why it's so important not to lend the energy to it being something, to be fearful.
Yeah.
Because it's not. We're the power. We're the ones that have the say. Mm-hmm. We're the God spark. We're the creator spark. We're the Elohim.
Yes.
We're it. When we say no, it's a no.
Right.
And when we collectively say no,
Well, that was part of the deal with the Anunnaki, is they saw, Enlil anyway, saw how powerful these humans are that they created, and to be their their laborers.
Yeah.
But and that how it didn't take long for us to remember, because we had part of their DNA. It didn't take long for us to remember how to reach our highest or higher potential.
Yep.
And break those chains, right? Break those chains that they had put on us. And so that's why they decided they were going to manipulate our DNA.
Yeah.
But guess what? Our higher parts of us are back here in 3D, and we're breaking free. We're breaking free, and we're remembering that we are immense beings. We're so immense. It's just ridiculous how we've, how do I put it? How we've been programmed. It's evil, basically. How we've been programmed to think that we are just these, finite beings,
useless eaters.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Uh, And and there was I was watching Billy Carson earlier, and uh he was doing a interview with someone. They talked about the beings, um the, the giants and all the beings that that used to be on the planet long time ago, 200 something thousand years ago. We There have been star beings, or we have come, they had came from other planets. The first city on the planet, 221,000 years ago, in the Sumerian tablets, it talks about that, and all the different cities in Mesopotamia that they
Right.
created, right? And so what they were talking about was how one piece of it was how Darwin, tried to convince us, and did, that we evolved from apes. And they were having this conversation, which made so much sense, that why would they want the the ones in charge want us to think that we evolved from apes?
So that we would lend to our animal nature. So we would think that we're animals.
We would think, yes, that we could not evolve, that we were still these not so intelligent beings, or for us to not remember that we are light, immense star beings.
I remember in school when we were in science class, seems like it was like third or fourth grade, and we heard that. And I remember looking down at the book and I just went, I did not evolve from a monkey.
Well, an ape.
And
yeah.
I
you said
monkey.
that. Okay.
And I looked up and everybody's looking at me, and I just went, I didn't, and I was just like, I did not.
That's so funny. You knew. I mean, and they talked about how Darwin didn't even, he saw holes in his theory too. So
Yeah.
in his research, but the religions, the institutions, all of them want to keep us, keep their thumb on us,
Yeah.
as much as they
Thinking in a
can.
certain way. Yeah.
But guess what? No, we're breaking through that paradigm, and that's what this is all about. What's going on now is all about.
Yep.
Because
And
we are breaking free.
yep. And part of it is because we're multidimensional.
Right.
There's matter of fact, I study what is called chelantic science. I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to see this is called the true seed of life. And part of what it represents a lot of stuff, but part of this represents every single circle in here is one of us. It's a part of us. We have this, however many circles are in here, and it was like 1,000. It was like
infinite,
1,748 or something like that. Selves out there and existence in creation, and we're all connected. Mm-hmm. So even though, there's a part of ourselves or multiple part of ourselves that are here, we're still connected to all of these vast, wise, intelligent, powerful parts of ourselves that are helping us and are connected to us and are a part of us. And we're not doing this alone. Our other parts of ourselves, ETs and angels and, whatever, we just don't know, probably. And it's super when you start thinking about that and you start being like, yeah, how do I know these things? How did I know at 8 years old that I did not come from a monkey?
mm-hmm.
It was like, no.
You just knew, you remembered.
Yep. And it's that connection to this wiser thing. And that's part of this revealing that we're going through when we start seeing the BS in the world, right? And we start realizing, my gosh, we've been told a lot of stuff that was kind of messed up, kind of not true.
Lies. They're lies.
So it's
true? More than messed up. It's outright lies. Yeah.
And it's coming so fast and furious right now. And I think that's why people are getting like, but we've been told that. We've been told a lot of people would really have a hard time with this, but that's why people like Sharon and I are here to bring in the dolphins, to give you guys a giggle, sprinkle you with some truth, give you another giggle, and make this an easy peasy thing, because it doesn't have to be hard and it isn't scary and it doesn't have to be that heavy. heavy energy, but it feels that way to some people too, and we do understand that, but it's all here. What are you thinking? Where are you
Right.
going? What's
And that's
distracting you?
so important. That's why all the teachers tell us to be aware of our thoughts, to mindfulness, to be aware of our thoughts, because our thoughts are they're real. What we are doing here is thinking. What we're doing here is, this is a thought. This started as a thought. What we're doing now.
Exactly.
Everyone watching, you thought about coming here. You're here. It started with the thought. Everything. When you're typing a message, it started with a thought. Everything starts with a thought. Our creation started with a thought.
Yep.
It all started with a thought. So we have to be so mindful of our thoughts. And I know that it can, when I was going through my quickening, my Kundalini awakening, which I didn't know what it was at the time, which I say over and over, but I didn't. But I was afraid of my own thoughts.
Yeah.
Because I was at that place that I thought my thoughts would create instantly. And if I would get some kind of a negative thought, it scared me, like, it scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was creating that or bringing that to me, or thinking about reptilians, because I was bringing up a lot of memories from Atlantis and that kind of thing. So if I thought about them, does that mean that I'm bringing them to me, and all that kind of stuff. So we also have to be gentle with ourselves and realize that focused thought creates.
Yeah.
We can, that's in this realm, in this 3D world realm, our thoughts don't create as quickly as
instantly. Yeah.
realms. Yeah.
We have a little give.
Yeah. We
but
do.
We still need to be mindful. And
totally.
One thing that I do, because I even have those thoughts. Sometimes I'll have this horrible thought come into my head, and I used to freak out too, and still do. It's like, oh yeah, where'd that come from? And it's like, oh, okay, no. And I'll just say no to it. And that's like a really simple way to state your intention and your sovereignty and your authority. It's like, no. Yeah. No to that one. No to that one. No. You might do a lot of knowing.
You know what I do? I just shake my head a little, like a Etch a Sketch. Just shake my head a little and it goes away. Shake it. Just give it a little shake.
No. Shake it off.
I
like
know,
a dog.
Cancel, delete. Yeah, totally. Just shake it off. Shake my head. And I think of an Etch a Sketch, just, shake it up.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good visual.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a good visual. Just etch a sketch it.
Right.
Just get rid of it. It's like, no, because, we do pick up thoughts from other things too. Again, the waves going through the air, from the collective. It's not always our own thoughts, but it's things that are flowing through our thought process. And so, we do know that. And luckily, we do have some give in this realm and at this time that our thoughts don't create immediately, because we're not disciplined enough to be able to be in a paradigm where our thoughts do create instantly too. I think we've got a little protection.
Yeah. Yeah. The parts of us here. And, and that was one of the things I learned from the masters, is that we're no different than them. They just are more focused.
Yeah.
They just have they have focus, and something we have in the higher planes too. Yeah. Discipline. They're disciplined. Their mind is disciplined. Yeah, totally. And yeah.
That's a big word that I keep getting in it. It comes in from Yeshua too. Is he said, I had 12 disciples, and they were called disciples because they had discipline. And then he goes, most of the time. Because they were human, right? And just like us, we have discipline, but, most of the time.
Yeah. And we're here to learn that and remember how to, and move up the stream, move up the consciousness stream back home. And we came down here to experience it, and how to get back and learn. That's what makes it so amazing through our experiences.
Yeah.
Right.
And coming and wanting, that discipline brings us to that bliss state too.
Yes.
where we can be at ease where we're at and not constantly have to be, oh, another thought. No, no, no. Or, okay, bring it back.
Yes.
Where we begin to get in those states of bliss and peace and harmony within the body, within the mind.
There we go to our next subject. And people are asking if we're going to do questions. And yes, we are. Don't worry, we won't forget about you.
Yeah, we won't forget. Yeah, we look at these guys. Hey, back off.
No, we're very, very happy to answer to give you our insights on your questions.
And I'm going to answer them in Dolphin.
Right. You have to speak Dolphin or translate into Dolphin. Speaking of bliss, well, there was one thing I wanted to talk about, and Michele and I were in agreement that, in the New Age world, it seems like, I guess it's the New Age world, metaphysical, whatever you want to call it. It seems like we don't talk enough about lovemaking, sex, whatever you want to call it, not whatever you want to call it, but sex is different than making love with someone you're in love with when you're in total bliss with that person, no matter what. So I see sex as a release and a coming together of that physical attraction kind of thing. But when you're in love, and it doesn't have to be with a partner, it can be with yourself, right? Because that's what it's all about anyway, is coming, balancing the masculine and feminine, coming into oneness within yourself. But when we have that partner and we're in love and we are totally in union with that person, it doesn't even have to be in this realm. It could be in the higher realms, wherever it is. And you're making love. I found that is, and remembered, that is when you're in that space, in that orgasmic space, that blissful space with that person, that is the closest we can be, I believe, and I got it, to our God's self, to being in that higher realm of our God's self, because that's why we call it making love. We are love, and we're making more love in that merging. And the masters teach us to not just be in the lower chakras, but to bring it up as we're moving that energy and in that space of making love and being with someone or yourself, whatever it is, moving it up your spine, up your chakras.
Yeah.
And that's where the bliss is, that I feel that we are constantly looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's part of the reason why the act of sex has become sought after, even by those who are not using it in the love paradigm, is because you do get that little bit of, just that connection to that spiritual. But the problem is, when we use it without that love energy and stuff like that, it can become addictive. And you don't really reach those heights, and know how to pull that energy up. When it's in love, it's naturally pulled up. And then, of course, you can use tantric practices and stuff to pull that energy up. But it's so easy to just be in the act, the lower chakras, still seeking that peace and that bliss. And it gets to be addictive. And we see so much of it in the world where it's gotten to be very distorted. But that's the ultimate thing. A lot of people think it's, well, let's just have sex, it feels so good. It's not. There's a deeper need. The word need is being given to me. A deeper need there is to reconnect with God, or God as creator, universal mind, source, the all that is. Right.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting that as we awaken, we begin to get back into that awareness of how important the love part is in that, because it is bringing us back to that source that is love. And we seek that connection to the source.
Yeah. Yes. And it's, I find it maybe rare to have all that here on this 3D plane. I mean, Yesh is the one who taught me about Tantra,
Mhm,
tantric lovemaking, that kind of thing.
mhm.
And if someone does find a partner where you are able to, both of you are in that physical partner, and you're in that space of being on an even vibration, where you're moving through that lovemaking ritual, because it is basically,
It
it's a
is.
ritual. Yeah, it is.
It's
Uh,
deeply profound connection.
it
And
is.
not just to the partner, to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
part of the Tantra thing is you're helping your partner to connect with themselves.
Right.
It's not about yourself. It's about the union.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's emerging. It's becoming one. And to find that on the earth plane is, and maybe I'm just don't get out enough, but I think it's kind of rare here to have that complete
Yeah.
merging,
Yeah.
where you have a partner where you're that patient with each other, and you're that evolved, I
Kind.
guess you could say, right? Where
Yeah.
you take the time, and and life isn't knocking on your door. You can't take 3 hours to be, making love in tantra, three or whatever, you know what I mean? Doing the tantric stuff. So yeah, it's
And I know a handful of people who fit
you
that.
do, huh?
Yeah,
Nice.
I do. And when
Nice.
I say handful, it's not a full hand.
Okay.
I would say probably 3 couples who truly live in union and peace and harmony. Are they doing the tantra? Who knows? Not none about, I don't want to know, la 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 la. But do they carry that frequency and that love and that devotion, that oneness in their relationship? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it is very rare. I mean, I know thousands and thousands of people, and to have 3 couples, I feel like there's another one not popping in my head, so I'm going with what I got. But 3 couples, out of thousands and thousands, that's very rare.
It is.
That's very rare.
Yeah,
And it's what we all seek ultimately.
we do.
And we do it in such screwed up ways.
Right. Part of the agenda, but we're
Yep.
waking up. We're waking up to
We're
that.
waking up. And
So,
it's honoring yourself.
uh-huh.
I know,
Totally.
when I was single and after I went through, my divorce, and I was just so crushed and broken from the whole reason the divorce happened, and had kids and all this stuff. And, I, we want to be loved. We want to feel loved, and a lot of times you head right straight down that dark hole. Just love me,
Oh, I
is
know.
really what the cry is,
Or just being in love is,
Mhm.
just one of the best feelings there is it,
Yeah.
it is. It's the best feeling out there. So I would think, but I didn't raise children. I didn't have a baby. I mean, I didn't
Well,
raise
and that's
children.
being in love too.
That's it is being in love. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of being in love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
why, so often, no matter what path your children take, you still love them. That's why a parent, who has a child that maybe committed murder or done horrible things, can still love their child,
Mm-hmm.
because that's love. That's the real thing. It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
And it probably always was and always will be. They started feeling it when they met, but that love had always been there. So that's a higher love. It's an eternal love. It's something you carry within you, or you wouldn't be able to connect with it either.
Yeah. So I guess the guidance on that, what we were just talking about, maybe like Stevie Winwood's song, I want a higher love, strive for a higher love kind of thing.
Yeah.
I guess that's something that's good advice for all of us, right?
Yeah.
And again, it doesn't have to be with a partner, a physical
Mhm,
partner.
mhm.
I mean, that's ideal to have that, like we were talking about, but it starts here. It starts here, and being in love with yourself. Being in love with yourself is being in love with God.
Yep.
Being in love with
Absolutely.
God, not just loving God, being in love with God, being in
Yeah.
love with yourself. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because you have to be able to love self before you can really love another. And, there's that great book by Tom Kenyon called The Magdalene Manuscript that talks about Kundalini and the sensual, sexual part of all that. That's a really good book to learn about all that too. And it talks about with partners, without partners, and how that all works. And it's like, we need to know about this stuff.
We do.
But not in first grade, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. There's a trigger. Bring my mind back.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of children have been sexualized at an early age, and that's traumatic. I understand it because of my history, but it's trauma.
Yeah.
It's trauma.
It is.
It's not it's not
love.
It's not natural.
Mm-mm.
It's not love. It's trauma.
Yeah.
And I say that from experience. So
yep.
I don't believe that that's a good agenda at all.
Nope.
Anyway.
And that's going to be crumbling too. We've got Charlene.
Yes.
Charlene's going, you guys, she's laughing. You guys are so fun.
Okay. Oh, good. Because we go on and on and on. All right. You want to take some questions?
Let's do. Anybody have any questions? You can ask us questions about what we're talking about. You can ask us questions if you need, some guidance. Mm-hmm. You can ask us anything. I'm waiting for somebody to come up with a question that we can't answer.
Like my dad used to say, if I can answer, I'll make something up. Okay.
And that was going to be the other part of it. We were going to let the dolphins answer.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Because they know, or we were going to pull the answer in from the 950-second expression of myself.
I have a couple questions over here. Okay.
Okay, let's get it.
All right. So we're bringing all our 952 parts and bringing them present so that we can bring through. I don't consider myself answering anything, just bring through information, intuition, that kind of thing. All right, Ralph has the first question here. Been going through great change like everyone else. I feel I'm at breakthrough point where my life moves forward financially and spiritually, moving out of a closed space. Okay, can you speak to this for me?
I'm pulling up some cards, guys. These are the cards I'm going to be using with you guys. Kyle Gray, Gateway of Light. Just for funsies.
Okay. All right. Well, the first thing I got was, why do you doubt it? I got a question for you, Ralph. I mean, basically you're saying it's working, you're moving through it. So trust it. I feel you're sorry. Okay.
I was saying, keep moving through it.
Yeah, right.
Don't stop.
I feel your guidance is saying, go with the flow with us. We are there with you. You are actually creating your path. They're behind you and around you. I don't feel they're in front of you. I feel they're around you. You're the one creating the path. And I do see light on it. And if something, because we put our blocks in the road, if a block shows up in your road, they're showing me, and it'll just be a little hurdle. They are able to help with moving that or dissipating or moving that block for you, as long as you listen to their intuition, their communication, that part of you, that communication, and that type of thing. So it's a symbiotic thing with you and them, right? Because they're showing me, what I'm seeing is that you got this. You got this again. Just trust the opportunities, notice the opportunities, trust the flow, that kind of thing.
Yeah. What I'm getting to, pulled a card for you, Ralph, but also you are on an ascension path. And I feel that that's a big part of this message. And once it comes through, it's like, this is real. You really are. You really are. You're rising up. And what I'm getting is this card. It's of the Merkaba, and I can't get it too much closer because then it gets all distorted because the dolphins.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's called Merkaba activation. And I want to give you a guidance to start working with your Merkaba. Find out what Merkaba is, start working with your Merkaba. Because part of what's happening, part of the struggle that you're having is that your Merkaba isn't completely in place. And most of our, unless we're working with Merkaba, look to Drunvalo Melchizedek. He's got a great Merkaba meditation. Someone else who has some of the stuff is Ireland Clark. I have a violet light meditation on my YouTube channel. It's just Michele Amburgey, that also works with the Merkaba, but not directly. And if you need any more information on that, I can help you. But the Merkaba is the vehicle for our light body.
Why don't we just do a quick one right now? We can do a quick one right now. Just create a Merkaba.
And do you guys know what a Merkaba is?
I'm sure they,
that's and ask Ralph, does he know what a Merkaba is? This is one right now.
Ralph does. I know Ralph.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Start working with your Merkaba, Ralph, because you are on an ascension path, buddy.
Yeah, so all we have to do is imagine a pyramid above us, an upside down pyramid below us, and encasing our body, it's spinning the pyramids to create a Merkaba. It's in doing that on a regular basis creates our light vehicle.
Yeah. It's also can be called a Maharic shield, which is a little bit a higher frequency of it. But same thing, working with the Merkaba, the Maharic shield. But yeah, that came really strong, that Merkaba for you, Ralph.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay, so hopefully that was helpful, Ralph. Okay, so Carissa is next. I would really like to know. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have someone on that end, Michele, that has a question?
We've got Charlene and Rev here, but they are not asking questions. So
okay. All right. Carissa, I would really like to know which archangel I'm currently working with. I have a strong suspicion, but it's not clear to me yet. Thank you. Hi, Carissa. I haven't said hi to you. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I get two actually that are working.
I do too.
You do too, yeah.
Yeah.
I got Michael, of course, Michael, and then I got Uriel. Is the one
I did too.
So it didn't surprise me.
Yeah, and I'm also getting, honey, that Jophiel is wanting to be working with you too. And Jophiel is very much about nurturing and loving and kind of that mothering energy as well. But yeah, Uriel. Archangel of magic and miracles, transformation. Alchemy.
So I would, yeah, totally. Basically kind of what we've been talking about. We create our magic.
And also, Uriel, when you're working with the elemental realms, Uriel is also the archangel of the north, which is the archangel of air, which is related to the mind. And so what are we talking about today? Where's your mental energy? What are you doing with your mind? Mindfulness is important.
Do you want to pull a card for her or?
Yeah.
Okay. For Carissa.
Whoop. Carissa is getting Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, and Isis energy. This is that mother energy. Remember Jophiel, and we got a Merkaba in here again too. Right now, it's really important for people to learn about Merkaba and start activating the Merkaba, Maharic shield kind of stuff, because it's our light body. And these, this is the kind of stuff, because they're kind of like Stargate technology that have been damaged through all this nonsense that we've gone through. So recreating that Merkaba is super important. But Earth Star activation, so it's being grounded, it's nurturing yourself, but it's also realizing the greatness within you, honey. You're really amazing. And I'm going to tell you, when Uriel shows up and starts working with you, it means that he's is about magic and miracles. He really is about that. And there are magic and miracles that are trying to come into your life, and he wants you to be focus this, and this is what he's doing too, right in the third eye. Focus this, because things are desiring to be created through you, meaning another aspect of yourself, one of your bazillion other multidimensional selves are preparing you to create some new things. And so he's wanting you to be very mindful, and to know that magic and miracles are real. And he loves you. He said, I love you. And he's kind of got a really cool voice. Like Archangel Michael is kind of like boom, but Uriel's voice is a little more, I don't even know how to describe it. A little more husky, maybe a little more, maybe a little more sensual. I would identify it as such. Archangel Michael's like,
sultry,
hey, sultry. Ooh, yeah.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Michelle. Hopefully that was helpful, Carissa. And I'd like to hear what you have to say, if we confirmed or came up with different archangels for you.
Yeah. Did you think that?
Okay. So CE. Hello, CE. I know you.
CE is Christ entered.
CE. Oh, that's right. So
I love
CE
it.
says, please share with me the most important thought for me now. So appreciate the insight from both of you. What I heard right away was, well, a couple things. I heard let go, and I heard relax. So yeah, let me see here. Yeah, I keep getting, there's things that that can, how do I put it? Letting go. I'm seeing like tethers to things around you, that you can that they want you, that guidance is talking about letting go of. Imagining like a helium, you're in a helium balloon is what they're showing me. And anything that you have worries about or concerns about or anything like that in your meditation, you might want to take the meditation is, they're showing me this, is take those out of the basket of the helium balloon, and imagine that concern is whatever, that there's a rock in your helium balloon. Take it out, throw it out. Any concern, throw it out, and then cut the ties. And they're saying this will make you buoyant. Okay. They're showing me this meditation for you to use perhaps sometimes if you haven't already, and to keep, lift you higher, because I feel like there's things tethering you, and there's stones that you can throw out of your basket to help you lift higher. They use that in hypnosis sometimes. I haven't used that technique, but it's a really cool technique. And lifting up higher and higher is what I'm seeing for you. Yeah. Letting go and relaxing. Just drift every once in a while. Just drift. Let things flow, drift.
Nice.
Okay.
Good. You ready?
Yeah.
You had 2 cards fall out for you, honey. The first one is called Heart of Source, all encompassing love. unconditional acceptance, serenity. Reach for your divine nature.
Beautiful.
I almost wanted to tell you to like look at this and just absorb it into your third eye, into your heart, into your belly, and just let the frequency of this. It's the heart of source. It's who you are at your ultimate divine nature, at your core. And to find that and to build that up, all these extraneous things, all these things on the outside begin to lose their meaning and thus their hold. And the other one is angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe, potent connection. It'll make it easier for you to do what Sharon was saying, is to understand you're not alone. They're here with you. They're helping you.
Yeah.
You're safe. Just let it go. You know, let it go. Let it go. It won't hold me back anymore. Right? Angels are helping you, honey. And I just heard thing too, you're on your way. So I don't know what that means either.
I hope that was helpful.
And then Rev Ned has a question.
Oh, yay. Okay.
He says, do you see or visualize native elder spirits around Rev? Only like 2,000.
Yeah, at least. A tribe.
An entire tribe. It was funny. I got the word a consortium.
Consortium.
A
Totally.
consortium of native elders, Rev Ned. And I am going to pull a card too.
Okay. And then do you want to do that first or?
Oh, no, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
You look like you're wearing dolphin as earmuffs. It's like they're going.
Oh, there we go. Right there. Yeah. Okay.
So cute.
Okay. They must have kissed me right here because I felt a tickle right there.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Rev Ned and the elders around you, definitely. I feel a lot more than elders of native energy around you. There's a lot of native energy around you. I see 6 or 7 elders around you. I'm feeling, but they kind of fan out, meaning they're holographic. I see their elders and their elders and their elders, the ancestors as well, their ancestors. Sitting bull.
yes.
Yeah. I got an Apache elder. Was Sitting Bull Apache? I heard Apache. Sitting Bull, was he Apache?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm feeling an Apache elder as well.
I can find out real quick while you're
Okay.
finishing up.
Also see White Eagle works with you, Rev Ned. Whew, man, that just filled up my heart space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have a lot of
Yeah, Sitting Bull was Lakota.
he was Lakota. Okay. I'm feeling an Apache elder and I'm not getting
Does Black Elk resonate with you?
I'm asking. I heard he's one of many.
Oh, he was Lakota too.
Okay. I feel a grandmother too. Grandmother elder is with you.
Rev Ned probably knows this. Ooh, he's saying Geronimo was Apache.
Geronimo. Thank you. Geronimo. That's who
Ooh,
it is. Yes.
absolutely.
Geronimo.
Thank you, Rev Ned,
Oh, yeah,
for
I've got goosebumps. I have
help. Yeah,
goosebumps.
he's powerful. Ooh, ooh, wow. Ooh,
What? I'm done. What?
ooh. Oh my
Oh my
God.
gosh.
The
What?
energy is coming through. It's like I thought I was gonna sneeze.
From Geronimo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's coming through like crazy.
Geronimo is working with a
Ooh.
lot of people. He's
Mm.
come up a lot.
You know, it's so funny. One of the names that I was getting was Red Bull.
Red
And so I
Bull,
look up Red Bull and all I'm getting is,
the
the
drink.
drink. Was it Sitting Bull?
Sitting Bull.
No, I'm getting Red Bull.
Okay.
Red Bull. And so Red Bull was a Dakota. So it's part of the whole
Oh,
Sioux
okay.
nation again. But this is the card I pulled for you, Rev Ned. I'm also seeing Buffalo Calf Woman with you as well. And Sharon, you were saying that you saw a grandmother elder
Mhm.
with them, and I see one too, very,
Yeah.
very powerful.
Totally.
But the card I pulled for you is Temple of Truth, authenticity and self-expression. But look at what this is it's a gateway in nature
Ooh.
that's just pouring through. And I believe that this is about your connection to the elementals and to that, because that's what the Native Americans did. They lived their life connected to all of life. And that's the elemental realm here in this world. But this is so beautiful.
That
And so this
is.
is the card. Also, I feel like Revned, that they're speaking to your authenticity and how you conduct yourself, that you are greatly appreciated and greatly honored that you took on this mantle to be
Mhm.
here at this time. And there are many of the elders that have come back as well, and part of the Rainbow Tribe, who are here assisting all, many in form, in human form. Many are still incognito and have not shown themselves. You'll find them in all walks of life too, and everybody's beginning to find each other again. And I'm being shown in particular, Revned, a gentleman who is a native elder who has come in, who's like a big high CEO of some big company that he's getting ready to tell the world. And I feel almost like it's maybe it's an oil company or like big, it's oil or water, or maybe both. I don't know. He's getting ready to reveal that who he is and what he's here for, and ways to heal the earth.
Oh,
And
wow.
there's some kind of connection, Revned. Maybe you've met him before, maybe you will be meeting him, but I feel like that there's something along those lines for you too.
Nice.
So I hope that helps.
Okay. Good stuff. All right. So next is Julie. Oh, wait. Ralph made a comment here. In core healing of young sexualization, especially in throat chakra, or maybe he said, I'm in core healing of young sexual, especially in throat chakra. I'm going in the flow, just asking insight for what might remain to surrender and let go. Okay, nice. Okay, so a question from Julie. I have a health issue that started 5 years ago and have been through many tests, still can't figure out what it is or how to fix it. Can you give some direction?
You have to do the disclaimer. We're not doctors, nor do we claim to be the doctors. We cannot diagnose, cure, treat, or say anything. We're not doctors.
Exactly.
But that being said,
Can give you insights that might be helpful.
we give you, yes.
But always talk to your doctor
A
if you need
medical
to. A medical
professional.
professional. That's the disclaimer. Always talk to a medical professional. Okay. Christine. No, wait. Julie. I'm sorry. Julie. Julie L. All right. Let's connect to Julie. I'm getting solar plexus area. Solar plexus and sacral is where I'm getting issues. Also I get the second, third, and fourth chakra is where things need to be cleared. I'm feeling very strongly. So they show me things energetically, like in our energy field type of thing. So what they're showing me is that, what I'm feeling is that working with these chakras in particular, working with your chakras period, but working with these chakras in particular will help with clearing out energy that are causing imbalances, and especially in these chakras. I do feel imbalances. Yeah, I'm just getting solar plexus, not feeling feeling disempowered throughout your life. Sacral, feeling off sacral, where, you know, I mean, the sacral is so many things. It's also it's our creative center. It's also our can be our sexual center, that kind of thing. When it comes to our sexuality, that type of thing, if there's been trauma there or anything like that, this will be out of balance. Solar plexus is the area where we don't feel in control of our life, don't feel in control of things around us. And of course, the heart would be grief, that kind of pain, grief. I don't want to cry with this. Heartache, anything that has to do with heartache, feeling abandoned, not feeling connected to your heart center, not being able to feel that connection to source. So they're showing me these will have caused or are causing health issues with you, with the physical body, because they're manifesting within the physical body. And listen to, so working on that, working on what, studying about the chakras and how we, the energy that, how they process life for us, especially these three chakras, how they process your life and your experiences in your past and anything like that. Also get past life stuff, but that's where it starts. But they're also saying to be aware of your thoughts. And we talked about this earlier, and what you're telling yourself. Listen to your background tape, and what are you saying to yourself? What are you telling yourself throughout your day? Listen to your language as you talk about yourself, because that will, if we talk negatively about ourselves, this is what one of the first things Yeshua taught me. If we talk negatively about ourselves, with our background tape is, you know, anything that's negative about us, you know, I'm sorry, or, you know, oh, how could I be so dumb, or anything, whatever it is, we have a background tape to change that, to make it more positive, to change your mantra. You know, we might as well start doing it now anyway, might as well start doing it in the now. Change your mantra, listen to your background tape, and change your mantra to something positive, something expanding, something that connects you to the higher planes. And that will help your health issue. Health issues, yeah, I see that it's manifested in a few places. And you know, the heart chakra would be, you know, heart, lungs, that kind of thing. Those areas could be the solar plexus, and you know, the glands are affected. Solar plexus can be stomach, anything like that, intestines, anything that has to do with processing life, food, empowerment, not feeling empowered. We already said that, but they keep talking about that, not feeling in control of that area, in control, and the sacral. And I want to cry with that one. The sacral, reproductive areas, the organs in that area. So hopefully that makes some sense, or that's what I'm getting from guidance.
And I'm getting this card for you, honey, from your ancestors that's saying you're releasing a lot of karma, you're healing the lineage, and it's really important that you set boundaries, because as you're clearing, you're getting more sensitive, and you have to have boundaries to keep your energy your own. I'm also getting this wonderful little thing, as it's so important that and Sharon is like dead on with this. So important what you speak to yourself. And two things that I use, I give to all my clients and all my students and anybody that'll listen to me, is the first thing is I am that I am. Make that your mantra. That will shoot your frequency through the roof, because you begin to claim who you really are. The second thing is to clear these chakras up, something that's really simple and easy. It's one thing. It's not a one and done thing, but it's a great place to start. It's easy to do. Is you picture yourself, you bring your awareness to each chakra, and you just say, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Take about a minute on each chakra and finish up with, I am that I am. And then move up to the navel. I love you. You don't even have to identify what the issues are, what the karma is, what the cords are. Just, I love you. Because that'll do is it'll begin to dissolve all that stuff. And then when you claim, I am that I am, you're claiming the very highest aspect of who you are into that chakra. Distortions, illusions, delusions, crazy stuff that gets stored in there begins to dissolve and begins to let go. And there'll be other levels of healing, but that's a great way to just really kind of like, bam, blast it with some energy. Love is the greatest power. I love you. And this is for everybody listening, every single one of you. Use this practice. It's powerful. It will solve a lot of things. And the other one is good old Ho'oponopono.
Yeah.
When my ex-husband passed away a couple of years ago, I had all this guilt coming up, and I felt guilty for stuff he did, and it was like, whoa, I'm holding all this stuff. And I Ho'oponopono'd each of my chakras too. And it was weird. It was like it began to lift. Ooh, it was really powerful. So working with the chakras, I love you. I am that I am. Ho'oponopono. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
And it can go that way too. I learned it the other way when I was studying Huna. It was like the first thing is, I'm sorry, you take responsibility. But that's long Huna.
I know.
Or long Ho'oponopono.
I changed. I didn't want to start with, I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Yeah.
And they can go, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love totally. It all the way through. Yeah. So I hope that helps, honey.
Good stuff. Yeah.
And then we have a couple questions over here.
Okay. Yes.
Are we ready?
Yes.
There is saying, hi there. I'm still working through trauma, but feel discouraged. I've been talking to my ancestors and cutting cords. Any vibes? What we just told you. That's it. Just all of a sudden just went boom, boom, boom. Use those tools too, Ver.
Yeah. Cutting cords is amazing work, and doing that. What did Bear say? Cutting cords and what else?
She's cutting cords and talking to her ancestors.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So one thing that I'm getting, and that we have to remember also, and Michelle had some great tools there too, definitely, is that this work takes some time. We have to be patient. It takes some time. It took us, and one thing they reminded me of, it took us lifetimes to get to where we are. So it might take a little while to heal and clear. And
Not lifetimes though.
no, not lifetimes. I mean, in this lifetime, because we're here to do it now. And that's why time is speeding up, is because we're able to do that. So, and remember that, we're creating this. So, what they're showing me and reminding me of is that, with being patient with ourselves, because you don't want the fast track, believe me. You don't want the quickening. You do not want that unless you are sitting on a mountain by yourself and you don't have everyday, chores to tend to, because I went through that and it's no fun. I'm glad it happened for me, because obviously it needed to happen, but I wouldn't wish it on anyone, is to go through that kind of thing, where everything's happening and you're healing everything at the same time, and you lose, you actually do not, and a lot of people are going through it. I've seen it, have come to me, go through that type of a intense quickening. So don't wish that on yourself. I know that spirit never gives us anything we can't handle. Be grateful for what you have come through. And that's another thing that we forget to do, and they're reminding me, is we forget, and that's what journaling is all about. Hopefully, Vera, your journaling, your progress, your journey, is to give ourselves credit for how far we have come. Yeah. And when we look back at our journal and see where we were a month ago, 2 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever, we realize, oh my gosh, I have come a lot farther than I thought. Because we compare ourselves to others. That's the problem. And we're exactly where we need to be at every moment. So, yeah. Anyway.
That's awesome. Also, I want to say there, meet RevNed. RevNed, meet there. You two need to talk. Nice. And then, like, for full on serious. And then Vera, I got this card for you. It's so cool. It's Seraphim Gateway. It's beginning to speak and communicate and connect to the Seraphim angels, which are like the top of the 9. And it's about voice activation. I'm feeling like it's really important for you, honey, to begin to sing your songs. And I don't know what that means, but I'm hearing drumming and the old songs. If you don't know them, learn one. Okay. And also listening to them in your environment, put some good music on with some of the ancient songs, and let that come through. It's going to help with that, because I'm just feeling like my throat just wants to, I just want to start drumming and singing for you. Angelic attunement. Don't forget the angels are a part of this. The angels are part of the star people. We always think of, angels are like angels, but they're not. They're part of the star nations. Mm-hmm. The star nations and Native Americans, they're all connected. We're all connected to that. Don't forget the angels, and don't forget the Seraphim angels, because they're related to the Pleiades, which are related to the Elohim, which are the creator gods, which are the ones that Native Americans talk about. And I'm getting total chills while I'm saying this. So here's your card. Here's your card. And I'm getting, again, start singing the songs, the happy songs. No more sad songs. No more sad songs. That's for anybody with Native American blood. The past has got to go. We have to start singing the songs of the Rainbow Bridge, right? Songs of the Rainbow Children. So
singing is very important. Using toning, that kind of thing. Yeah, is extremely important. I was doing that before my meditation this morning, and during and after. But yeah, clearing out that throat chakra and bringing in those high frequencies, toning, singing something that is, like Michelle said, that's high vibrational. So important for our health, our
Mhm.
energetic health, our physical
Mhm.
health. It doesn't matter how you sound, just do it. And the more you do it, the better you sound. But hey, it doesn't matter. Just do it.
And it's not about the sound. You know, I'm a certified sound healer, and
Mhm.
some of the sounds we make are downright ugly.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's breaking up the distortions. That's breaking up some of the energy too.
Oh, yeah,
So
totally.
ugly sounds are powerful.
Yeah, they
And
are.
then I have another. Oh, you're welcome, honey.
Okay, well,
Bear
let's
says
go over
thank
on
you.
this side.
Okay. And I was saying we
Okay,
do
we
have
have,
one over here.
okay, good. Yeah, we
Oh
have,
no, so your turn.
oh, my turn. Christine's turn. Okay. Christine, any guidance for partnership? Currently, nothing going on with partnership for me, and I would like that to happen. And then she says, or after that, who is here guiding me in my life? So let's look at your first question. Christine. The first thing I get is that you say I like that to happen, but I feel you're not, I actually feel energetically and heart-wise, maybe you're not ready kind of thing. What I'm feeling from your guidance here, guidance system, your peeps, is that there's still healing that needs to go on. I feel with, yeah, with trusting, I got trusting that that you can be in a healthy relationship, that it is possible, that it is something that you deserve, bottom line. So they're what they're saying is that to remember that it doesn't mean you aren't attracting anything that yeah, anything. It's just that what they're showing me is that you are still, your higher self has you in that space where you still have healing to go before you are before you allow yourself to be in a committed relationship. So your higher self is what's the one in charge.
Yep. That's
That's
exactly
where
what I
we're
got.
at. That's where we're at now.
Yep, that's exactly what I got. Is you got the card of the Holy Grail, which means it is coming.
Mm-hmm.
But there is not just any old relationship lined up for you. There is the sacred relationship that is lining up for you. And you need to be in that sacred space. So it's about being in, getting sacred within yourself, honoring yourself in every way, understanding who you are, that you are the Holy Grail. And as you recognize the Holy Grail within you, the Holy Grail manifests. So this is inner discovery, finding your sacredness, and be what you seek. Okay. Because
Perfect.
this is ultimately what you seek, is that great love of a lifetime. It's what we all seek. Love yourself that much. Love yourself that much. Even an understanding of these words, oh my gosh, yes, can begin to bring that in and manifest that for you. You are the Holy Grail. You are the sacred space. This
Nice.
light is already pouring into you. Accept it and let it manifest through you. Feel that coming into your heart right now too. So I'm hearing the Little Mermaid, that my voice is so that that's for you, honey. That's so cool. It's like, yes, you can have it.
Nice.
Not just any old relationship.
Okay.
Not
So
for
you have a
you.
question. You have a question.
We
over
have
there.
Charlene.
Okay.
Charlene is saying, thoughts on Toth is my guide. I was told he's an extraterrestrial, not a god or a demigod. I don't know if I should dig more into that. You're going to find so many different things on Toth. Yeah, Emerald Tablets. Read it. Extraterrestrials are the gods, by the way.
Yeah.
So a lot of people separate them. They're not. They're the gods. The archangels are the gods. The Elohim are the gods. They're all the gods.
Yeah. Thoth.
And are we?
For some reason, I feel compelled to call him Thoth. I don't know why.
It's because that's how it's spelled.
Yeah.
And it's spelled Tahuti.
Okay.
Tahuti.
Okay.
Toth, Thoth, Toth.
Right. When I was reading this, I felt him come to me. So
yeah, the Emerald Tablets. Who is that by?
Billy Carson.
Billy Carson, the Emerald Tablets by Billy Carson.
Yeah. So I'm feeling that definitely he is there with you and wants to work with you. He is ascended, and he was an extraterrestrial. He was that. Well, what do you call an extraterrestrial? We're all extraterrestrial. We all come from extraterrestrials. We are extraterrestrials. So this planet was populated by ETs, and he was one of the. What I understand and what I remember about him is that he was one of the beings that came to the planet a long time ago, and was a very highly evolved being. Some say in this book, some say that Yeshua, Jesus, was his that they hold the same soul stream, Thoth and Yeshua.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Because what he had written in the Emerald Tablets is very similar to what Yeshua talked about on the planet.
Yeah.
When he walked the planet, very similar. So, and it maybe because it's stuff that we all know anyway in that space, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that we've had lots of masters come here and to leave us breadcrumbs and trails to get back home.
Yeah.
So I forgot her question.
Her question was, thoughts on Toth as my guide. I was told he's an extraterrestrial, not a god or demigod. I don't know if I should dig more into that. Yeah.
Oh.
So I think you answered the question.
Yeah.
Sure.
Connect with him on your own. Connect with him and go with that. Doesn't matter what anyone else says. Connect with him on your own. And as you study about him and learn about him, he will come to you. He's there. You just have to bring him that into your awareness, that energy, invite him into your awareness. And you will find out none of that matters. All that matters is your relationship with him, and that he is there to guide, to be there and help you and guide you.
And we have to remember there's a lot of information out there that is distorted information, and it's distorted for a purpose so that we don't get back to the truth. The only way we're going to truly get back to the truth is your direct relationship with these beings that you want to connect up with. It's so important, because the internet, is like, wow, we can find out about everything. You can look up Toth and you can find him everything from God itself to a demon. You get the whole gambit of the whole thing, and so don't look on the outside anymore. Connect up with himself and let him guide you. He's got a lot of wisdom for you. And I feel like he's going to teach you about the star systems as well. Like there's something in the stars for you. Oh, you're muted.
Oops. Thank you. Press the button again. In the end, he's just like us. He's no different. It doesn't matter what planet he hails from. We all belong to the same consciousness anyway. He just has that. He's here to help.
Yeah.
Those parts of us that are still in this realm. So it doesn't really matter where he comes from, but I know that that's our brain that wants to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And get to know, and the more the more we connect with these beings and open up what they're all about, the more we remember our history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm also getting he's from galaxies far, far away. He's not from anywhere around here.
Yeah.
And when he came into existence, like all of us, what is in existence now didn't exist. How's that for a mind bender? I couldn't say that again because that didn't come from me.
I wonder since he's depicted with a bird head, if he's an avian, blue avian. But who knows? You know, if he comes from another galaxy, who knows?
Oop.
But
Could be.
Yeah, who knows?
It could be. We don't know. You know, our human brain is so used to this linear existence, right? That we want to place everything somewhere. And most of these beings, they come from places and existences and consciousnesses that we have no idea of anymore.
Right.
You know, part of why we're being exposed to this is to begin to open that kind of stuff up, you know. But I'm beginning to realize as my mind is opening, as I'm more things are coming to me to study, it all goes back to we're all one. You know, it keeps going back to we're all one.
Yes.
So it's kind of cool.
And it's all about love.
Yeah. And it's all about love.
So we are out of time.
Oh no.
I know, right?
Okay, well, Charlene, I hope that helped. And I think we got everybody. Ooh, we got Mandy over here. Can we do one more?
Okay. Yeah, we've got a couple over here from
what do you think?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, Mandy.
We do.
I love Barry Manilow.
Go ahead, with Mandy. Yeah.
Oh, Mandy. She wants to know any guidance for getting through deep, intense anger, grief, and fear, and to get closer to spirit. Mandy, I hope that you were on the show about 5 minutes ago when we were talking about showering love on all of these emotions, about going through your chakras and love, 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 sending love. When you have this anger come up, I just say to the anger, I love you, I love you, I love you. Even if you're not even feeling it, use the words. Even the words are powerful. I love you, I love you, I love you. I know it seems silly. I know when you're in anger, the last thing you want to do is have someone say I love you. Because I mean, I've had people say that to me and I'm like, you know, middle finger to you. But I'm telling you, it works because love dissolves. And I want to give that to you, honey, so that you understand that you're not trapped by these emotions. And these emotions are not who you are. They're energy that is trapped in your body. They're not who you are. And it's really important to begin to separate your identity from that and just start loving these emotions like they're wayward children, you know, like they're a child that is lost in the store and can't find their mommy.
Yeah.
Right. And just, oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. You poor lost little creature. I love you. I love you. And try that and see how that works for you.
Yeah. Awesome. There's another really, really amazing tool that I've used and I've been taught to use. First thing my guidance taught me when we were working together 20 years ago is to journal. Journal everything that especially when you're feeling that way, get it out. And then like Michele was saying, get it out. It doesn't matter what what you're angry about, just get it out because it keeps moving around, spiraling around in our energy field if we don't get it out. And it's a productive way to get that anger out and get out whatever's going on. I like to write, but you can type it and delete it afterwards if you want, or burn it, burn it. Burning it is very good.
And you can draw it, sketch it.
Draw it. Yeah.
It doesn't
Just
even have to
get
be
it out.
words.
Yeah. And you just say whatever you want to say. Oh, I can't believe this, blah, 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 whatever it is. Don't censor it, get it out. And then turn around like Michele was talking about, and then fill it, because you're getting it out and then you fill it up with love. So you're releasing whatever it is that's frustrating you and making you feel like crap or whatever it is. You're releasing it, get it down, you can burn it, whatever it is, release it to the universe. Imagine releasing it to the universe, and then fill up that space with love and gratitude, the two highest vibrations we could have, love and gratitude. Thank you so much for allowing, and that's Ho'oponopono right there. So fill up that space with high vibrational emotions and feelings and energy. And that, but journaling is so important. And then journal that and about how you feel, you know, after I filled it up with love, I feel better, or I don't feel better, I still feel angry, then journal some more.
Do it again.
Do it again. Just keep
Yeah.
going until you empty it out, and then you find out what your triggers are too.
Yeah.
Because we get triggered, and I know when you find out what your trigger is, you could Ho'oponopono that. And then when it comes up again and you're aware of what's triggering you, what's causing that, then you can control that situation.
Send love to it. I love you.
Yeah, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ho'oponopono works great, or I love you. It depends on how you want to do it, but it transforms the energy, like Michele was saying. It transforms everything.
And all this stuff works together, because I know I used to have a lot of anger. I had no idea how much anger I had in me. And I had one of my students one time said, "How come you have so much anger?" I'm like, "Oh, I have anger that pisses me off."
Why are you making me so mad?
Okay. Do you? It was a really beautiful thing. And
why are you so angry? What makes you think I'm so angry? What the hell are you talking about?
You're such a jerk. So that was when I had someone come to me that taught me about the I love you thing. I love you. I love you. I'm like, whatever. It took me years to employ that.
Yeah.
And to put it into action, and doing the Ho'oponopono and doing the journaling, and all of it is so important.
It is important, because we keep everything in, and yeah, and then guess what? We explode, and then we're sorry. Or oh gosh, I shouldn't have done that, or whatever. Then and it's a vicious cycle, because then we get mad at ourselves again. It's all about how we feel about ourselves. So we get mad at ourselves again, and then we keep it in. Oh, I'm not supposed to be angry. Guess what? Anger is not at the bottom of the frequency spectrum. Yeah, shame, grief. You're right. Grief, guilt. And guilt, and apathy. And I think anger is right up. I know it's above those, because there's movement with anger, at least. Yeah. The rest, there's no movement. That's where depression is. All of these emotional frequency scale. If you don't know about it, look it up, because David Hawking. Yeah, Hawking. Look it up, because then it tells you where you're at. And my guidance schooled me, or taught me how to gauge my frequency, at what frequency I was at any moment. They'd say, okay, where's your frequency now? And I gauge my dog's frequency, and I gauge people around me, their frequency, just intuitively. And so it's really important to know that, where we're at.
And that's David Hawkins' Power versus Force. It's a great book.
Yes, but there's the scale is on the internet, on the web, where you can just
and you can do that. Yeah. But you can find the scale in the book too. And if you have a hard time finding the scale, if you look up David Hawkins' Power versus Force, you can find it on the internet.
Right. Yes. Okay.
That's how I always find it. I can never find it any other way, or find these altered versions that are like, that's not right.
Yeah. So we have one question here from someone who we have not worked with yet. And then I have some comments. Okay. Emily, I was recently stung by a wasp. The timing of the sting caught my attention. I'm curious your insight, and perhaps where I should direct my focus. Okay, Emily, I hope you're still here. Um, the first thing I got was, what were you thinking at the time? What were you doing at the time? Um, let's see here. To be aware of that, what were the circumstances around you? Where was your thought process at that time in your life? So that they're saying that will help you. Were you not paying attention? Were you not focused? Were you thinking about the future, not being in the present moment? They're saying not being in the present moment, which well, aren't we all? So being aware of that is what they're talking about, not just for when you got stung, but in your everyday life, which is what we've been talking about. So let's see if they can help with more detail, if I could get more details on that. I'm getting something that you're concerned or worried about. Maybe have to do with work is what I'm getting, like employment, career-wise, something like that. And so it was kind of a, so it was a manifestation of what maybe you might be going through in your life right now, where you feel unappreciated or not, or something happened. Something happened recently that stung you and was a surprise kind of thing that that you feel don't feel so good about. And what was the rest of your question? I'm curious your insight, perhaps where I should direct my focus. Well, as far as directing your focus, directed toward, the present moment, and also what you want to manifest in life, where, what you want to happen around you, what you want, and not what, like we've been talking about, what we don't want. Yeah, focus on what makes you happy, makes you feel good. Focus on that always, always. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Enjoy. Yeah, I didn't hear the question, honey. I had stuff going on over here.
Okay. Emily says, I was recently stung by a wasp. The timing of the sting caught my attention. I'm curious your insight, perhaps where I should direct my focus.
Oh, interesting. It's so funny when you said I got stung, and all of a sudden I heard a voice go, "Hello, pay attention. It all matters. Hello, pay attention. It all matters." And also with wasp, you said wasp, right? Where are my animal? I want to read wasp. Where'd my animal come? Okay. Hey, yoke.
Is Mikey
Hey, Yoka. Oh, here we go.
the Hey Yoka?
Hey, Yoka, the trickster. I've been having a lot of that kind of glitch in the matrix. Things disappear and then they show up again. It's so weird. I want to look up wasp. And she said wasp, right? Because I have it in the book here. And it has a very specific wasp, page 188. I hope she's still listening. Wasp says, sometimes life stings. Not all that spirit creates in nature is easy. But when you look through the eyes of wasp spirit, we recognize that even though sometimes life stings, there is a purpose for the pain, just as there is a purpose for even wasps in the world. Wasp keeps insect populations down and support the growth of plants. So too, the sting of life may hurt, and you may feel deeply disappointed or even resentful that the wasp has shown up, but you will soon come to see that spirit has something wonderful in store for you. You may well come to realize that being stung led to something far better than you envisioned for yourself. Perhaps behind the scenes, while Spirit was conspiring with Spirit to ensure that you could grow something of value to you. Spirit has a plan, and while Spirit plays a part. Have you ever looked back and been glad your prayers weren't answered because the path you took led to something far better? While Spirit is a reminder to reflect on those times, for today's sting may hurt, but something better awaits you. So, like what Sharon was saying, pay attention, stay in the moment. Opportunities are coming.
Yeah.
Or I could just answer everybody to say what she said.
Yeah, right. That's the best part of going second. Okay, so
Yeah, it is. I look super smart when I disagree with what you say.
right. Okay, so Emily, I hope that was helpful. Hopefully you're here. Got some comments here. Julie L says, thank you, non-doctors. Smiley face. Your insights resonate with me. I've been feeling a tightness in my solar plexus and heart chakras. There is definitely energy imbalance with 3. And then she says, when you were speaking at the beginning about changing your thought process, I realized I have made my depression worse with doom spiraling. Thank you so much for the guidance, of course. And Christine says, thank you. Yes, capitals, it has occurred to me too. Thanks for the guidance. Emily says, I'm still here and I'm so grateful for this conversation. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. All righty.
Yep, you were all.
I think we got to everyone that hadn't had our attention.
Yep. And everybody over here is super grateful. And we're super grateful for you.
Yes,
you know,
we are.
you, every single one of you are sacred and beautiful and important in this great web of life and light and love that we are on this planet. So thank you for being here and sharing with us.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And remember that you have everything you need within you. We all do.
Yep. Reach into your bag of tricks. Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. Whenever he gets in a fix, he reaches into his bag of tricks. You got them all in there.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard that in a long time. And don't forget the dolphins.
Me either.
The dolphins want to play. Connect to them in your meditation sometimes.
How do we do this?
They want
Tickle
to play.
them.
They want to play with you.
Yeah. Be like a dolphin.
Be like a
Enjoy, have fun, make love.
Yes.
Put a smile on your face. That's something in my meditations I've been doing a lot is just like take a deep breath and smile and leave that smile on there. It's amazing how much it'll lift you up. Mm-hmm. It's like, wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Mwah. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Michelle, my shenanigator.
Thank you for the Black Panther land dolphin for coming through.
Right. And thank you to all the peeps that came through in our invisible guidance system. Invisible helpers.
That are all us.
Yes.
All of you that were here, all these invisible helpers, it's you. It's so cool. We love you guys. Mwah.
Mwah, we love you too. Carissa says, I freaking love you both. We love you too.
I freaking love you too, man.
Freaking A. Freaking A. All right. See you next time.
Bye, guys.